Everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. Girl, it's time to be real, raw, and relentless. Everybody wants to be, but nobody wants to do. You know it's time.
Recrown you.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Truly Inspired Martin, and welcome to another episode of the Recrown You podcast. That's right, ladies. We are here for the women who are ready to be real, raw, and relentless in their pursuit to unleash their inner badass. And what exactly does that mean for you? That means that you are the woman that says, I have been through the trenches, but I am ready to pull myself out. You're the woman that says, I don't really know what's ahead of me, but I'm going to go ahead and jump anyway. You're the woman that says, you know what? I have all of this power inside of me, all of this purpose inside of me, and I have no idea what to do with it. I just need the right environment, the right tools, the right tips, the right strategies to get shit done. This is for you. I'm so glad that you are here joining me today for another episode of the Recrown You podcast. Ladies, we are here to be real and raw, okay? So if real and raw is not your thing, this might not be your thing. But I really want you to be open-minded to anything that you hear here. I hope that it's going to hit you somewhere that you've always wanted to hear that word, or you always wanted to get that tip, get that tool, get that resource, or just have that conversation opened, right? This is what this environment is for. And I want you to grab you a bottle of wine if you have to. Relax, kick it, right? But if you drive and don't grab no bottle of wine, don't do that. Nah, girl, not worth it. But just be in your zen, be in your zone, and really take in what goes down on the Recrown You podcast. So I cannot believe how far out we are. We are at the end of the year, honey. We are at the end of the year, and we have been dropping these episodes since about March, I believe, is when I started. And shout out to me, okay, for being consistent with this, because I actually enjoy the reviews. I enjoy what's coming from this, right? And it's just another way for me to touch y'all in a different way and bring y'all some boss guests, okay? Some bomb-ass people that have lended their time to me to give you guys what you need, even the things that you don't even know you need, right? But today's episode is titled Pack Light. Whew. So there is a chapter in my book. So pause, brief commercial. So my book is officially on the market. The Recrown You book, ladies. That's it. Recrown You is now available for pre-orders on my website, www.itstrulyinspiredmartin.com. That's ITS trulyinspiredmartin.com. And it is only $20, and this book is a hell of a resource for us, right? So it's called Recrown You, The Journey to Restore, Reset, and Reclaim. And the book is now available for sale. So I need y'all to get over there, read all about it, what's inside, and how it will help you to boss up in your 2020. Because, honey, it took everything in me to pour all of me into this book to give you guys the tips, the tools, the strategies, the resources. Because it's not just the whole book about me just rambling about my life, right? It is a book about you telling you stories from my life to help you to get through different pivotal moments in your life that you don't even know might be holding you back, or the things that you do know that's holding you back, but nobody's really talking about it. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys that resource. There are resources literally in there. There's journal pages. There's assessments that you have to do for yourself. And in January, I am launching Recrown University. And that is going to be, kind of play on the Recrown You. It's a little play on the words. So that is going to be a graduated program just for women to walk through these steps of resetting, reclaiming, and restoring your life. We're going to walk through that together. We're going to make this a good year. Okay. So 2020 is all about that perfect vision, baby. And your vision got to be clear to move forward into where you say that you want to go in this life, right? So let's get into this episode, right? So Pack Light is actually a chapter in my book, right? And y'all know that I start every episode with a statistic or a quote. So let's get into it. So today's quote comes from my coach, Kendall Ficklin, right? And he always says this. So I literally just quoted him from something that I know that he says so much. And it's, what got you here won't get you there. What got you here won't get you there. Let that breathe. It's actually something he would say. So I remember so the chapter Pack Light, it definitely came from an Erykah Badu song. And depending on how grown you are, right, you gotta love you a little Erykah Badu, baby, right? So in the song Bag Lady, right, she talks about these bags, right? So let's get a little bit of the lyrics out there, right? So, bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you. All you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. One day, all them bags gon' get in your way, right? She doubles that part, right? And I said, one day all them bags gonna get in your way. One day all them bags gonna get in your way. So pack light. Ooh, she said, you can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. When they see you coming, they take off running. From you, it's true. Oh, yes, they do. Now, it's so, I really, really read into stuff, but she was going deep, right? Like, people are going to start trying to jet away from you when they see that there's just too much of a bad aura around you, that you bring too much of your last shit to the new shit, right? Like, you bring in too much of your old baggage to the new place, right? Like, you're going into new relationships with all the same mindsets and all the norms that you had in the last relationship. And when I say relationships, I'm not even just talking about man and woman, woman and woman, man and man. I'm talking about friendships. Those are relationships too, right? Like, you gotta learn what it truly means to pack light. And I think sometimes we're so busy being busy with ourselves and our minds, right? Our mind is the craziest place to be. It's our own crazy little playground. And we're so hung up on what happened or what should have happened or what didn't take place how you want it to. But all you're doing is weighing yourself down. You're not even able to move the way you want to. You're not even able to level up the way you want to because you're too busy bringing the wrong stuff to the new destination, right? And this takes me to a story. I remember back, act like I'm old, right? Back in the day, I remember I was going home for, it was break from college, right? And I remember that I had this big old suitcase, right? It almost like half the size of me, like it stands up next to me, half the size of me, little wobbly wheel on it, right? But either way, I remember I was only going home for 2 or 3 days. It was something real short, right? But I had all this stuff packed up in this big old bag, right? And I knew for a fact that I'm like, all right, I don't know what kind of weather I'm going to deal with. I don't know what situations might shake. Let me bring my party outfit. Let me bring my hat for this occasion or my makeup. Let me make sure that I got extra clothes, extra sweaters, extra this, right? And I'm bringing all this stuff for a 2-day trip. Don't miss what I'm saying. I'm bringing all this stuff for a 2-day trip, right? And I remember my friend had dropped me off at the airport and she was like, girl, I hope you're not overweight. I'm like, nah, girl, I got this. Don't worry. Bye. Right. And so I go up to the counter and the lady started laughing. And I was just like, what? She was just like, oh, girl, where you going? And I was like, oh, I'm going home for a couple days. She said, a couple days? Whew. She was like, okay, go ahead and throw your bag on the scale. And I threw it up there, a little struggle in the back, right? Threw it up there. And I'm like, I know I'm good, right? Man, that junk was 72 pounds. Now, if you know, you only supposed to have a 50-pound bag at the airport. That joint was 72 pounds. Now, if you know, like you know, like you know, when you at the airport, honey, 72 pounds, like, honey, you like 22 pounds over, what you gonna do? And you know when you overweight, there is a fee attached to that. So when you do not meet their minimum requirements, there is a fee attached to that. So she said, if you keep it at what it is right now, it will cost you $125 extra to check this bag. And I stood there in shock. I said, $125? I was not, listen, I was a college student. Like, I didn't budget no $125 for no extra bag. I just knew I was at 50, right? So in this moment, I had to make a quick decision, right? Because I had to get everything in and out, and I had to run down to TSA, run through there, and get to my gate on time to board, right? So I could either make one of two decisions in this moment. I could either suck it up and pay the extra $125 for some extra stuff that I probably would not need at my next destination, or I could make that call to my friend who just dropped me off and ask her to bust a U-turn real quick so that I could leave some of my stuff in her car to make my baggage lighter, and I would pay nothing extra. So I'm a little frugal, so y'all know what I did. But I say all that to say that there was a lesson that I learned that day, right? And that was to pack light. I noticed that sometimes that excess baggage can cost you a little or a lot, but it will cost you something. I learned that sometimes what we may look at as being prepared for the next destination could just be an excuse we tell ourselves to allow things from the past to seep over into that new thing. So stop weighing down your future with the excess from the past. So I'm saying all this to say that I had to make a quick decision in that moment that I was either going to pay more. Don't miss this. I was either going to pay more for this excess baggage to go with me to my destination when all of that stuff that I was bringing with me was not needed and it was going to cost me something. Or I can make a conscious decision to say, you know what? I don't need all of this extra baggage where I'm going. It's not sufficient. It does not go with the time frame. I don't need it. And it will cost me nothing more to let go of it. Listen, that can equate to your life. There's a lot of us that are bringing extra baggage to a new destination, to a place that we're going in life that does not require what you had before. It does not require all that excess that you had before. You have to get to a point where you know that you have to release some stuff. You got to get to a place where you know that this stuff is no longer serving you. It's not going to be beneficial to you at your next destination. But you have to make that decision. It has to be something that is inside of you that says, you know what? I've been carrying this for too long. I've been hurt for too long. I've been allowing this to seep over into other parts of my life, my friendships, my relationships with my family, my work relationships, the way I look for people, the way I look for men, the way I look for jobs, you're carrying that same negative energy into a better situation. And you're wondering why this situation that you're in now feels like the last situation is because you brought darkness where there was light. You have to look at it for what it is. You got something inside of you that you still have not released. And this is for you to think about. You got something that you haven't released, and it is time that you learn that packing light is the only way you're going to be able to move the way that you want to. It's the only way that you're going to start to attract what it is that you need. It's the only way that your environment is going to change is if you make the conscious decision to change from the inside out, not the outside in. A lot of us are trying to beautify it on the outside, but on the inside, you burnt up, you busted, and you disgusted. But you got to make that decision that I don't want to be that person anymore, right? I don't want to be the person that is not moving the way that I want to because I'm not making the decision to give myself back what I owe myself. You do not have to keep putting yourself in these situations where you continuously feel like you just cannot get anywhere further than where you are. You are the one that's actually putting yourself in these situations, but you will not allow yourself to say, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of always having to be the savior. I'm tired of feeling like all my situations end up the same way. I'm tired of trying to save face all the time. Like, I don't have it all together. I'm not okay. I'm hurting. But it's okay to not be okay. But what's not okay is that you're dealing with all of this in the dark. You're dealing with all of this by yourself. You're not allowing yourself to seek counseling. You're not allowing yourself to let it out to people. You're not allowing yourself to heal past where you are. You're too busy bouncing all over the place instead of allowing yourself to be still. Be still and unpack. Be still and unpack. Unpack your bag and repack it correctly. Don't miss that. Unpack the stuff that no longer serve you. Let it go. Dump it off to the side. Throw it away. Get rid of it. And then sit back in front of that same bag and pack it with the things that are necessary for your next destination. You got to make this decision for you, because trust me, holding on is a whole lot harder than letting go. It starts to burn something deep in your spirit. It starts to hurt. You start to get angry for no reason. You got all this malice and hurt towards people that don't even know. You got all this hate towards yourself and you don't even know why. You can't find the right type of man or the right type of friendships or the right type of business partnerships because you can't get right on the inside. It ain't always everybody else around you. Sometimes it's you. And you have to take inventory of self. Stop allowing what you've been through to dictate how you move through life. At some point, you got to be the one to let it go, baby. Let it go like Frozen. One of my favorite little songs from that show. Let it go. I'm not going to sing to y'all, but go watch Frozen. Right? It is so important for you to stop weighing down your future with the excess from your past. Like, everything you think is necessary for the next level is not always supposed to be in that next level. Sometimes you have to be okay with leaving behind what no longer deserves a front seat in your journey to your greater. You got to backseat some stuff, baby. Throw it out the window. You might have to litter a little bit, right? Like, just get rid of that stuff. There's a certain type of freedom, a certain type of transparency, a certain type of posture that you get when you start to release things that are constantly weighing you down. You will start to feel something release off your shoulders when you say, I'm going to let go of the fact that my father wasn't there for me. I'm going to let go of the fact that people don't live up to the expectations that I set for them. I'm going to let go of the fact that my heart's been broken 11 times, right? I'm going to let go of the fact that I don't like everything about myself. I'm going to let go of the fact that there are people that have done me wrong. There are people who have raped me. There are people who have molested me. There are people who have talked down to me. There are people who have not believed in me. There are people who have X, Y, Z, whatever your blank is. You got to make a decision to let it go. And don't always wait or expect the apology that might never come, because it might never come. But you got to be apologetic to yourself and then learn how to live unapologetically on your journey. Like, you got to have a different type of posture for this level that you say you want to go to. You got to have a different type of mindset. You got to be in a different type of environment. You got to believe so much in yourself and where you're going that you can almost just take you a little personal item. Y'all know the personal item. It's the bag that can fit under the seat in front of you. You got to be at that point in your life where you can just take something so small and you know that I have faith the size of a mustard seed. My fear will not overtake me. I know that I don't need all of this excess stuff to go where I'm going, because everything that I need will be provided for me at this next level if I just trust the process. But stop punishing people in your future for things of your past. It's not fair. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to those situations. It's not fair to those environments. And it damn sure ain't fair to you. I need you to take the time to really Become one with yourself and control what you can, and to hell with what you can't. But it's going to start with you releasing some things that you haven't. It's going to start with you learning to posture up. It's going to start with you saying that I might need to have those real key conversations with certain people to set a new norm, to set the foundation for what I will and will not accept. And you might have to have that same conversation with yourself and set new expectations for self. Because sometimes we don't hold ourselves to the same bars that we put against other people and then wonder why they don't fall in line. It's because you don't fall in line. So I'm begging you, I'm pleading to you. The next destination that you are going to is requiring a better version of you. It's requiring you to travel light. It's requiring you to give it everything that you got. But you can't give it everything you got if you have more than you are able to go through to get to where you're going. Giving it everything you got means I'm going to come as I am, but I refuse to leave as I am. So I hope that helps somebody to understand how important this next level is for you. Your next level might be 2020. Your next level might be next week. It might be the next hour. Whatever your next level looks like, whenever it looks like it's coming, your preparation starts now. You learning how to spring clean your life starts now. You learning how to get rid of what no longer serves you, including people, places, and things, starts now. But it's a decision that only you can make. I can tell you all this information. I can tell you the game on how it helped me to release a lot of the things that I've gone through in my life. And honey, I've been through it. I can tell you all of that. But none of that matters until you say, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. You got to be the one that's ready. You got to be the woman that is ready to be real, raw, and relentless in your pursuit to unleash every part of you. And that inner badass, that's you. You are her. You are her. You are the woman that says that you are ready. You're the woman that says that you're ready to posture up. You're the woman that says, I got everything I need inside of me. I just need somebody to help me pull it out. You are her. So if you say that you are her, then I need you to act accordingly. If you say that you are her, I need you to posture up accordingly and do whatever it takes. Be real, raw, and relentless. That relentless part, baby. To give and get everything you need from this life. So I'm going to close this out with I don't know if you've ever been to the Lit Experience. So I do these events called the Lit Experience. They're all umbrellaed. Look, can't even speak no more. They're all umbrellaed under the Lit Experience, right? And it is the lit brunch and the lit dinner. Lit stands for live in truth, right? And we do this manifesto, we do this pledge every time this event takes place. This is our manifesto, this is our credo, whatever you want to call it. But this is what we live by. And I know that the term badass can really scare people sometimes, right? But I want you to know that I'm not talking about some big bad lady with tattoos on a motorcycle, right? I am talking about you, the woman that is a truly inspired badass. So remove any negative connotation you have with that word. And this is what we're about to rebrand it in your mind as. So you can say it out loud in your car, in the bed, at work. You probably listen to this in your ears at work. Whatever, right? Take this into your spirit. As I read it out loud, take it in. So, what is a truly inspired badass? She is purposeful, responsible, courageous, real, raw, relentless, righteous, selfless, and humble. Willing to do in order to be whatever she aspires to. Doesn't complain when something is too difficult, even if she doesn't know how. She just does, fearful and all. Someone who stands up for others and believes in true integrity. Someone who probably doesn't identify as the boss because her leadership goes without titles. wants to build others up, and that brings her joy. She is on a constant journey and is willing to do what it takes by any means necessary for her greater. These are the women that are unapologetically authentic. So I hope that seeps into your spirit. Play it back a couple times, get it in you. But if you haven't been to the lit brunch or the lit dinner or any of my lit events yet, you are missing out and you are doing yourself a disservice. I've done one in Jersey. I've done one in Atlanta. I've done one in DC. And we are heading to a bunch of different cities, countries, and states for the 2020 year. So if you're trying to get on the calendar to bring the lit experience to you, just send us an email at info@thelitexperience.com. And we got one coming up for the month of December. The month of December 14th in Atlanta. It is the Lit Brunch. We are ending the year with a brunch, and this one is special, right? Because we're getting ready to go into 2020. So the last lit experience for the year in Atlanta, of course, we're going to end it with a brunch. And of course, the title of this lit brunch is Getting Clear on Your Vision for 2020. Hello. Because that is what is important around here. We got to get clear on the vision. And I am bringing out 4 powerhouse women that are touching on 4 key components, 4 key areas for your 2020. I got Rosemary Salem on branding. She's going to talk about all things branding. I got Coriel DeBus on the business sector. Okay, so she's talking all things business. And I got Tacinda Moody talking all things personal and business credit. And then I got Jasmine Reynolds, and she's talking about health and fitness, right? So they're going to come out, shut it down, give y'all some good information. Your ticket includes an intimate mastermind with powerhouse women, networking, raffle, and brunch. Okay, so good little brunch menu that I worked out, and we're gonna have a cash bar. You know, you gotta have a bar. It's lit, right? So you can get your tickets at Eventbrite if you're in the Atlanta area. So it's on Eventbrite. It is lit 2020 vision.eventbrite.com. lit 2020 vision.eventbrite.com. Or you can just look up the Lit Brunch on Eventbrite and it will pull on up. But I can't wait to see y'all in the building. I hope this episode did something for your spirit, got your mind right. You know, you got your mind right, money right, ready for war. Get ready for war, baby, because you're going to have to fight for you every damn day. And I hope you're ready to fight for you. I hope you're ready to get rid of those things that no longer serve you. Shed some layers, honey, because 2020 needs the new, improved you, the postured up you, the one that says, even if I got some baggage, I'm ready to take my time and shed it piece by piece. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to catch y'all next time. It's your girl,